name is Quentin Torres. I'm a photographer from San Lorenzo. From my point of view, a good picture is just one that tells your story. There's a lot of people out there that are getting into photography or that have been doing photography and don't really know what they're doing, and they try to take pictures, and it might look good to like them or it might look good to other people, but if it doesn't like look good to you and tell the story you want to, then it's not a good picture. And there's people that I've heard and photographers that I know that say that your first 1,000 photos aren't gonna be your greatest photos. Photography is my platform to say the words that I don't have. A picture says 1,000 words. That's kind of stereotypical to hear someone say, but it's true. And the pictures that I take say about 7 stories each, and they all mean a lot to me. And I don't take photos for no reason. I take photos for fun and take photos to say the words I can't. I wouldn't say there was like a moment when it happened. I feel like I just built into it. I started photography in 6th grade, and it was just me and my friends just running around with cameras, playing around, just taking pictures of anything. And then I started doing research and looking into different styles and techniques, and I kind of just built up into it. And there was points where every beginner photographer takes pictures like somebody else. So I was doing that, and now I feel like I kind of established my own style and have built into like the passion. Right now, I only have a Canon T3i that I take my photos with, or I use my cell phone, which is a Google Pixel. I used to only have an iPhone 4 that I took photos off of because I didn't really have any money or anything to use. And it's not really about the equipment that you have, it's really about the story that you want to tell. I usually use Lightroom or Photoshop to edit my photos when I'm on the computer, but if I'm just out on a shoot or just out and not able to use those softwares, I have a software on my phone that I use. It's called Snapseed, and it does the job pretty well. One thing I wish I knew when I started photography was to try to find myself to start off with, because I'll admit that when I was running around with my friends, I tried to take photos like them because I didn't really know what I was doing and I didn't really know what I wanted. So I was kind of like just copying their kind of styles and taking pictures of what they did. And now I feel like I've like found myself and have found that, and I wish somebody would told me that it's not about what they do, it's about what you do, because there are people out there that take photos of the same things, and it's a way to promote yourself, and it's a way to get out there. Like, you see thousands of pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge in one day, but like they could be from like many different ways, and there are still some perspectives of the Golden Gate Bridge that you haven't seen yet, and people can take those photos, and those are the photos that stand out. So the thing I wish I heard was to not follow everybody else. Since I was young, I've always had like a fascination with a camera. So like when my mom would record these home videos, I'd always want to hold the camera, I'd always want to be in front of the camera, and I kind of built up into that. And like I said, in 6th grade when I started taking photos, it was just for fun. And I feel like in 8th and 9th grade, I started taking it more seriously and found it more fun to do. So I feel like in that kind of time period is when I started taking it more seriously, and when it became like actually fun to me, because that's when I started actually telling my stories. If you're starting off photography, just remember it's not the equipment you have, because I started photography and started uploading photos to my Instagram off of an iPhone 4. It wasn't the greatest quality, but it told my story. And do it for fun. Don't do it because you're forced to or because your friends are doing it. Do it because you want to do it. And tell the story that you want to tell, not everybody else's story.